Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Maria Graham, thank you for coming. My Renaissance Jima, my sister from another mister, thank you for coming. Maria Graham, my sister from my same mister, Joanne Stevens, is saying hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I see three people here, and whoa, I see how many thumbs up? 7 thumbs up. So that means that people who are busy have taken their time to come by, say hello, show some love. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, you guys, it is Saturday, the day before, no, 4 days before Christmas. It's the 21st. I posted a video earlier. I don't know. Hey, Unbiased LLC, thank you for coming and welcome. I posted a video where I called myself straightening up. It was trashed in here. It looked like the elves were little devils in here, but it wasn't. It was only me. But guess what? You can tell I was cleaning up because the chair next to me that's usually piled up to here, dun, 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 it's gone. The chair over here that's piled up with pillows, it's gone. But you have to make a mess before you can clean up. But let me welcome those of you in the bushes, the moderators, those of you who are here for the replay or for the first time. If you would, I would like each of the moderators to please email me. My email is on the bottom of the chat, ellenpankey@gmail.com. I need your mailing addresses. I'd like to send you a little thank you card to thank you for your love and support over the last 2 years. I've been going live for 2 years, and you guys have been there for me through thick and thin, as along with the subscribers. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. There are times when I was stuck, didn't know what to do. You guys have called me, come clean mine. Um, I would help. I would help because I had help. As a matter of fact, the person who helped me was supposed to be making a bag. I was teaching them how to make a bag, and they were so busy till the last minute that they didn't have time to do it. So, for a surprise, I'll grab it right quick. For for a surprise, I went in her little work cubby and I made her this bag. We didn't have, and hey Dolores, thank you for coming and welcome. We didn't have any more of this, and this fabric was so pretty, I didn't want to cover it up. I see a black string. I can't see black in my real life. So this is the outside, and normally there are pockets on the inside. She didn't want to tie, but look at the inside, how cute it is. Let me see if I can show you. So look at this. She has two big pockets on the inside, and it could be reversible. So this will be her Christmas gift when she comes back after Christmas. So does I know not everybody celebrates Christmas. Thank you, Maria Graham. She started on it, and we had gotten up to the pockets, but she would not have gotten it for Christmas. And when you're sewing, you make such a mess. I do. Maybe you don't. I'm not one of those neat people. I'll think of something just like I jumped up just now. Normally things fall on the floor, things happen. I put the embroidery machine back in its case and rolled it out of the way so that I can get to my dining room table. because I was going to show you tonight an update on my Afro modern quilt. I might do that anyway. And then something came up, and it was my Afro modern quilt, and I started working on that. I probably shouldn't show show what I've done so far. I've started actually sewing a couple of the blocks together. But do you want to see it, or do you want me to just go over and work on our project? If you want to see the challenge quilt that I will be entering into a contest in the beginning of the year, you guys saw me take out fabrics earlier, and my sister, Auntie Joanne Stevens, will be entering her first quilt challenge. It's not a contest or anything, although you can win something, but she and I are going to be entering it, and we will have some of the same fabrics. And I have started showing some of my blocks. Do you want to see it? Or no? You just want to do our project? So, the project for tonight, and it won't take long because I have already trimmed the sides, I have pressed it, I have pressed the seams. So, all I have to do is sew it under with gold thread, because one of my neighbors, and when you're a gardener, when you're a quilter, when you sew, you end up doing things for people. And, like you try to guess how much the postage would be. Then you get to the post office, it's more. Then you don't say, well, I'm not going to send it, send more money, you know. Marie Graham says yes. She wants to see the modern quilt contest because challenge, because I would like to invite each of you to enter the challenge. It's something that it's just using modern techniques. It's with Quilt Africa fabrics. I will put them in the description if they're not in there already. And it's using not a pattern, not all those old fogey things with all the rules. You make up your own thing that as you go. And I think it's $25 to enter. But I will be entering three things. But my main thing is going to be some little fabrics that that I have pre-selected, and I started sewing on them. And some of the same fabrics that you're going to see, my sister will be getting some of the same well, these animal prints. I don't know if she's going to use this one, but I'm going to put this rhinoceros in, and I have pre-made my blocks to 5.5 inches, because if I want to make it like 20, 25 inches or 22 inches, whatever it is, by 25, I have to figure it out. I'm going to put sashing in it. But I have this. This is some fabric by Timeless Treasure, and I just like this rhinoceros. I've been saving it for years for another project. Oh, before I put this down on my chest, do you see my new border I put on myself? Dolores, are you proud of your auntie girl? I was tapping on stuff. And then on Saturday, I didn't have my Cash App for anybody who would like to donate to the channel to help with the postage or sending things out. I'd appreciate it. And I only use that money for content. So there it is, $ GQUAT 1313. But the moderators, please send me your current mailing address. For somebody like G Mama Grows, I'm not sure if I have her recent one. She usually gets her mail a 6 months, a half a year after I send it. So there's this one. Then I have some that I have already sewn together. So I haven't decided how I'm going to arrange them. The quilt does have to be 75% African fabrics. So these are actually four half square triangles that I have arranged in a chevron. So if you can see, this is a half square triangle going this way. If I put it close, you can see the half square triangles. So, and I was going to make it kind of brown and white. Then I said that would be boring. And you know that, well, those of you who have been here, you know my favorite color is purple. So there's this one. I know my sister's probably saying, Sissy, what in the world? What kind of crazy fabrics? Hers are not going to have crazy colors and fabrics. And her package will get there on Monday. She has plenty of African fabrics, but since this is a project and we're entering not together, but entering it separately, the first time we're entering a challenge together. So, of course, I had to stick the purple in there. And it kind of, I don't know, kind of looked like snakeskin to me. Then this one is a batik in African fabrics. So you can see the four patch on the back of there. So I've been a little under the weather for the last week and a half. I had two medical procedures last week. They kind of took me down a little. Then I had this nasty little cold. I took antibiotics, got to the end of it, and it didn't help. So I had to go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor and or a telemed and get another one. So here's the next row of fabrics, and this is a four patch. This is one. Actually, this block, this fabric, my sister Joanne gave me the ivory fabric. One of her friends hand carried this fabric from Africa years ago, and Joanne gave it to me. Now was this was a happy mistake, as Bob Ross would say, and I was making chevrons and got them turned the wrong way. But I'm going to leave it this way. You made a four patch with green and yellow yesterday, Sissy. Oh, I can't wait to see what you're working on up there. So, this fabric in here is actually Aborigine fabric that my sister bought me when I was in Arizona. But one of the trademarks of a modern quilting is that they have words in it. So I'm gonna hand with fabric paint put the words faith, love, family, and hope. If I remember that, I'll probably have to watch this video in the back, and I'm going to put that in the four corners. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. Then I was going to put like four blocks across and five down. Hey, Sister Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner, thank you for coming and welcome. And I'm sorry I forgot to say you were going live the other night. I was really, really, really not feeling well, and I forgot to say that. LGGG love. Thanks for coming and welcome. I see your greenhouse. I see what you're doing over there. So this one was one that's actually fussy cut. But except for the baby and the mother holding the baby up in the air, which gave me part of the ideas for the words faith, love, family, and hope. The when I put the seams in, some of the bodies are going to be cut off. And then I don't know if I'm going to use him. I had this lion, And this leopard. So all these I cut in 5.5, 5.5 inch squares. And then this one, I don't know if you can see the little, just a little pattern in there. Then I had this like gold batik, and some of the sashing in between will be like off-white. Some of it will be Kona black, and I have these squares and some black. Then I have some random squares that I can choose from if I want to. So that's what the plan is. The plan is, and I don't know how much purple or whatever I will be making. Oh, Miss Mignon isn't up there. I like to make fancy borders on my quilts. So even though this is a small one, I will be doing that. And then for those of you who are new, this elephant is going to be thread painted. I know you've been seeing him for the last year. Well, he's finally going to get his heart to come to life because I'm going to thread paint him live one Thursday or one Saturday. You know, it's not alive if I don't drop something. I drop these strips and I don't want to get lint all over these black ones. So that's what I've been doing. And you love the cat's faces. Oh, yep, those are some big cats. Those are some big ones. For those of you who are content creators, don't forget to put exclamation mark GQUAT in the chat to drop your channel so that those who are watching the replay or those who are unfamiliar will be able to catch up with you. I have been, oh, I don't know what is going on here. Am I in the ads? What is going on here? I can't see how to end whatever this is. So, I'm not trying to be rude, you guys. I just want to see what you guys are saying here. So, Miss Shirley dropped her link. And I will drop mine for those who want to subscribe easily. And, oh, Miss Shirley, you like my hair? I was just debating. Thank you. These are what they call starter locks, and I I don't know how to do them. I don't know how, like Nikki says, because I've been asking everybody I see with locks what they do in between getting them twisted. You wash them every week. My sister Joanne's locks are different than mine. Her hair is finer and it's long, long, long. She can sit on her hair. Mother, hi, mom. Ego amote. And Miss Shirley said she loves you. I tried to fix myself up. You know, when you don't really feel that good, you try to put your best foot forward. And those of us who, try to kick it like year round. Oh, Miss Shirley, I saw you on that boat, girlfriend, all down around Cuba and going to Haiti and all that stuff. I seen you. I seen you talking about you out on the deck. I would probably be like holding on from the doorway, looking at it, scared to go to the edge. Thank you. So, who is anybody cooking anything for the holidays. I know Miss Shirley does it. I know, I'm not trying to stick anybody out. I know everybody doesn't celebrate holidays. Okay, I get that. Maria Graham says, hello, mother. But, I celebrate being with family as much as possible, whatever Sundays I can get to my mother's house. I think it is such an honor, such an honor to have a 93-year-old mother, for me to still be here. The people that I went to I believe it was my 50th class reunion, the very table I was sitting at with some of my high school friends, they were like a table of 10. Three of the people that were sitting at my very table are no longer here. I put in my pearls, my lipstick, and perfume. I did, sissy. I did. I just fixed myself up and put myself out and said, you just go. You just go do that. Because people that are sitting home, people that don't celebrate holidays, people who don't have family, people who don't have people to love them. Some of them are in the bushes, but that's okay. You come here, we love you. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. My son doesn't celebrate holidays, but so you know what I do? If I have something I want to give him or my grandson, I put it there. I don't mail most stuff on time half the time anyway. And so it's no surprise that they don't know whether it is what it's for. They just know it's something. Half the time they don't open it. My grandson said I sent him a little phone stand like the one that Auntie Joanne and I use. And I didn't tell him what it was. I said, Bakari, did you open it? Yes, we do have longevity. I All of my grandparents except one were born in the 1800s, and I knew all four of them. One was born in 1896, 1898, and 1898. Thank you, Francesca. I try to fix myself up. You and Thelma, aka Yankee Sister, always look nice too. I look at you. I'm always so busy running in the morning. And Miss Shirley will tell you because she's going to have, you like this top, Maria? Thank you. That's why I changed my background. I thought this kimono would match all these crazy colors. This is one I got for my birthday last year, my 75th birthday. I got some kimonos and other things. So I try to fix myself up. They have a thing like in my church, the one Auntie Joanne and I have belonged to since, oh my gosh, since the early, let's see, when was I born? Oh, I was born in 1948. So ever since the 1950s, we have been going to this church, or members. You just have one aunt pass this Sunday and another one. Oh, you really do. We have a cousin that passed this week passed, and they were able to take my mother and my baby sister to the funeral, and then my mother to go down the steps where I guess the repast was. They were supposed to physically lift the chair up, like Cleopatra. They used to carry the kings and queens. They said that my mother said, no, thank you. Joanne Stevens says, so sorry for your loss, Miss Shirley. We all are. I still have Auntie Joanne and I have two living aunts. How old am I, did I say? Oh, they're both in their 80s now. One is almost 90. And I call them up, or they'll see me on Facebook or something. And then one aunt will say, call me, Penny. I once I didn't talk to you. Haven't talked to you for a while. Your grandmother was born in 1837 and died when you were 9, so you missed that generational connection. And my mother was raised as an only child, but my dad's mom had 10 children, plus a lot of cousins, nieces, nephews, everybody, because they were farmers. So they needed every human body that they could to come help on the farm. And they grew a lot of their own vegetables and fruits and everything. They had a cow. They used to make their own butter, but not with the modern churns and stuff like we have, blenders and the immersion blenders and the big heavy duty things. No, it was a plunger that went up and down. We made the ice cream the old fashioned way with the churn. I used to, until I went to college, it was my job on holidays to make the French vanilla ice cream, and I remember all those egg yolks it took to make it. And then you put the rock salt on the ice and churn it. So the little kids would do it when it was soft. I would wait till the very end because after all, I had to be tired from making the custard. And no, I wanted the ladle that was in there with all that good ice cream stuck to it. Yeah, that was me. That was my job. So, are any of you cooking? Whether it's for any holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or just family time because people are off. We always got together every Sunday. Everybody came by our house and we just cooked big pots of food. I made some soup today. Was it last Saturday when I made the potato broccoli soup? Oh, LGG said her dad's sister died at 99. She had her full senses, which you enjoyed very much. I love to sit and listen to the life stories. Well, this is a story I'm going to tell you guys tonight. When I used to volunteer arts and crafts. This is a senior community around here. There are three big buildings, and I could go to each one of them. And I used to volunteer when I used to get extra fabrics. I would give it to them, and they didn't sew. I would take my little featherweight sewing machine, and they would do the pinning and the cutting, and I would do the sewing for them. They made some amazing bags. They made journal covers, but some of them made them to cover their Bibles. But what I wanted to tell you is the lady that gave me the fabric that I will be using tonight to make this table runner. Well, she's in her 90s, Miss Gloria, and she knocked on my door one day, and she said, "Excuse me." She said, "Ellen, do you want some fabric?" I ain't never seen some fabric that I didn't like. Maybe it didn't match the projects I have in mind because for the I figure if I have 25 years left, I'm going to do the things that I really want. I don't want to do something that I've already finished or whatever. I'm reading what you guys are saying. Yes. Oh, my helper is doing the what is it? The seven fishes for Christmas for her family. You enjoyed the live soup making. Thank you. My daughter saw that, and when she saw me put the Thai coconut milk in, she says, "Coconut milk, Mom?" I said, "Yes, it doesn't have like what you would think a coconut flavor. It's like those of you who use almond milk in your cereal or something. It's a mild flavor, and it's used in a lot of curries and whatnot." I made some soup today, but I didn't make it that way. I made it because I only cooked half the broccoli head last week. I had her peel some potatoes for me. I always have hand grated carrots or chopped in the freezer or celery or bell peppers. I'm like, when it, I have my garden, when there's the farmer's market, I get that stuff and we chop it up and I put it in little bags in the freezer. Then during the year, if I have something fresh, I'll chop it for that day. Or if I'm in a hurry, I just go to the freezer, pop it out. The collards that I will be cooking for Christmas, I went to the farm and got them, washed them live. Well, I didn't wash them. I chopped them the way that I chop mine. And I just took the bags out of the freezer and I'm going to cook them and take them to mom's house. My daughter says, Mom, cook them the same way you did last time. I don't write ingredients down. I don't, oh, you cook with milk. You don't like to drink it? Okay. And you know what? When I cook, when I use milk, I like whole milk, like when I'm making macaroni and cheese. So when you're not able to stand a long time, I didn't cook a lot in the beginning because I couldn't stand. Then I started watching other cooking videos with people who don't have photographers standing there or a whole lot of. I do have a camera tripod, but my place is small and with two knee replacements and a hip replacement, I don't want to be tripping over stuff or I got fabric and everything. Miss Shirley says, thanks everybody for our condolences. We love you, Miss Shirley, and your family is our family. So I've got the collards prepped and ready. And I sent a message in the Pankey family chat the other day. I said, Nana's making oatmeal cookies for Christmas. Do you want them plain or do you want raisins in them? So Francesca said the only kind of milk she buys is whole. Yes. And so I got a, I wake up early in the morning, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And so when they answered about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, my great granddaughter said, Nana probably already has those cookies finished. But then they were saying, yes, raisins, raisins. So I did put raisins in, and don't tell them. They're going to say, Nana, don't change anything. I put dried cherries in there because I read that dried cherries are one of the things that are best for you. Like craisins are good. And you see this giant 5 gallon bowl up the top. Well, the cookies that I made, I made like, I made, I made the recipe for 16 dozen. 16 dozen, but I'm going to make mine a little bigger than the ones they said. So they'll be double. And I figure about 8 dozen, but no nuts because people in the family have nut allergies and people will be visiting. I don't want anyone to be afraid to eat anything because Nana put something in it that will send them to the emergency room. Although my one of my great granddaughters who is severely allergic to nuts and other things, she does have an EpiPen, but who wants to be going to the emergency room or sick when it's family time? So let's go over and see the table runner. The lady that gave me this fabric tonight, it's funny. Yankee sister, when you do the replay, oh Francesca, rub it in for her because I have things where I keep them. I put them for her to pick up, and her son-in-law and I'm misconnected. So they're still out there. And I have a lot of fabric that the same lady gave me that I am gifting to Yankee's sister so that she can cover her plants. Mona did what? Thank you for coming and welcome. You have the two cutest little dogs. I saw them. I was in your bushes. I was in your bushes earlier today, but I couldn't chat because I didn't have my glasses on. And I see you on Mondays, you and the girls. You guys are so funny. So funny. It's hard when there are allergies. Yes, we have a lot of allergies. Now, me, I'm the one with all the skin allergies. You wouldn't think that my skin is so so smooth and so nice. But it's because I don't use anything on it except, those of you who have heard me say this before, something called albaline. It has no chemicals in it, and I clean my face. Haven't washed it in over 50 years. No, maybe 60 years. I use this cleaner and clean it, sponge it off with with a tissue, paper towel or something. Then I splash it with water sometimes. You can use, for those of you who don't know, witch hazel, just plain witch hazel for an astringent. I try to use natural things. My mother's grandmother was a Native American healer, and back in the day, you only went to the hospital if you had a broken bone or you needed stitches, or maybe then you didn't go to the hospital for every little thing. So we used home remedies, the castor oil, the turpentine. I think it was turpentine, something that used to put on something for skin. But let's go over to the sewing machine. And what I'm going to show you, I had a big pile on the floor that fell off the sewing machine table. I was doing leaders and enders. Hello, precious sister Lovita. Thank you for coming. You said old. Oh, old fashioned. You rescued those. They're 5 and 7. They are really, really cute. Thank you. I had actually inherited my mother's skin. My dad had great skin too. We are blessed in my family. We all have pretty good skin, except I just can't put anything like all the fancy creams and whatnot. No. Or one time I tried to use, they said ivory soap was 99.44% pure. I put that on my face. I had to go to the emergency room. I used Noxema when I was real young, Miss Shirley. And then one of my aunts, Aunt Sally, who lived to be about 100 years old, she had the most beautiful ebony skin. Her skin was so beautiful. She didn't use, this is what she used on her face, and she gave me my first jar as a teenager. But I got married young. I left home young, so I've been on my own since I was 19. So I use whatever I wanted to use, but I used that ivory soap. It broke my face out. Oh, in the worst rash. I never tried that one again. So we're going to go over to the sewing machine. And I want to tell you guys something. For those of us who sew a lot, there's something called chain piecing. And what it is, you sew one piece to the next. And what it does, it saves your thread. And by the chain piecing, before you start on what you really want to sew, you take some type of piece of fabric and you start it. And oh, you use Pond's? I tried that when I was younger, but Pond's has like a little fragrance or something in it that my skin didn't like. Jags, the honey dripper. I seen you talking about the year's end. I see you guys. I try to get back and say hello. I'm running behind. Oh, somebody was allergic to Noxema. I ended up getting allergic to Noxema too. Okay, so what is this? So I don't know what I don't know if you guys are seeing this. I get such a glare. I said I wasn't going to do this anymore. The glare is from the light from my Aero Garden. That doesn't have anything in it yet because I'm waiting until after after the first of the year. You see me with my background, Dolores? Yes, child. Your auntie girl was in there trying stuff, pushing stuff. It doesn't always work out. Excuse me. I'm just going to use my inhaler. Last time I left it over here and needed it. Wash it out with water. Dolores is saying too cute. And you love that background border. It looked like quilting pieces. That's why I did it. I'm always doing something. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So let's get ready to rumble. Miss Shirley, when you get that knee done, you won't be able to jump up this fast, but you will be able to do it. So what I'm going to do is move this whole stool over here because I want you to see this mess. And maybe I should have showed you the fabric first. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up because I almost gave this to Yankee's sister to put on her crops because I saw this side and I didn't like it. It's actually prettier than I'm showing it. Can you see it's like a metallic? But then after I opened it, I really, really, really liked this side. What is going on with this light? So, what these are my dots and dashes, a mountain of them that I was sewing in between. They fell on the floor. I picked them up, and I've got my sewing machine threaded with gold thread for the top and the bottom. I use a lot of gold thread because when I'm sewing jeans, a lot of the jeans that I upcycle, they have, oh, I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong. 1 second. I don't know if that helped. Yes, that's what was wrong. I forgot to turn the chandelier on in the kitchen. Let's try this again. Okay, so this is the wrong side of the fabric. It's actually kind of shiny, but the plants didn't get this one. And then this side is gold. So I'm going to make a table cover. I have a like 50, 60-inch glass table that I eat on. I put some little gold placemats on there. And if it shows up on the thumbnail, that's what is going on the table. But if it doesn't show up on the thumbnail, I will change it. So I have some leaders. I have one piece that's going to be a leader, one that's going to be an ender that I'm going to sew on. And these are some of my dots and dashes that I sewed last week with you guys. So the longer pieces I'm calling dashes, and these little ones I'm calling dots. So this one is actually going to end up being a travel quilt when I travel in the summers, and I decided to make it light colored because who wants to be on a plane or in a strange place with a dark cover on and something's crawling on it? Oh no. Oh no. And for those of you who don't sew or new to sewing, when you're sewing rows and strips, this piece is actually called a premium. GT Junior grows in Alaska. Thank you for coming, sir. I caught you in the bushes at the tail end before I went live explaining the details about the WIG winter grow off. So now I don't know which one I cut. So let me see. Because this is how you can make two quilts at the same time if you're sewing or two anything. And I've got all this big pile, which I think I will move. It's kind of straightened out. I'm going to file it. I might have I didn't file it on the floor, Mom. I filed it on my exercise bike. So that's where it's filed. That's where it's filed. So now you see everything's all cleaned off. All cleaned off. So I'm going to do a leader, and this will be a long leader because I just want to get this done, these dots and dashes. So on the side with the color, and when you're sewing strips, you guys, if you're sewing rows and you go down one row, don't keep going from the top to the top to the bottom, left to right, left to right. Every other time, go the opposite direction because there's some drag in the presser foot. I mean, the feed dog on the sewing machine, and that keeps it from stretching too much in any one direction. And anywhere there's a seam, I'm just going to pull it open with my fingers until the end. So I'm going to do this, and this is going to be the quickest little, happy little tablecloth. Just because I thought it would be nice. And the lady was so nice. She came down from her apartment. I told you she's in her 90s. She's in her 90s, and I think her daughter gave her this fabric, a lot of nice fabric. And I said, "How did she get these down here to my place?" She had to use her walker, her rollator, to put that big thing of heavy fabric on. It was really heavy. It was mostly upholstery fabric. So I'm sewing, changing that, a straight stitch, 2.5 length, and 0 width. So I'm just doing this to show you guys a way to make two quilts or two anything at the same time. You don't usually have leaders or enders this long, but I just wanted to demonstrate the dots and dashes quilt because why? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So there's a little seam. I'm gonna push it open. There's a little seam. Gonna push it open. Okay. Okay, what happened to the playlist? Well, I'll look at it over here. Mr. Bamet. Hey, Mr. Arthur. How you doing? Thank you for coming and welcome. Hey, Mr. Arthur. Do you have any quilts at your house? Any family quilts? I know you live in quilting country down there. So, okay. I'm so silly, you guys. I'm looking for the tablecloth because I usually drop everything on the floor. It's right on my lap. Duh. Have you ever looked for your glasses and they were on top of your head? Done that too. Don't get old. Just keep living. Just keep living. So, when I finish sewing this, I'm just going to leave it on the sewing machine. And when I get ready to cut it, it'll probably fall off the back on the floor where I had that big mountain earlier. That's how it got there. So I'm so excited to see what these scraps are going to turn into. That's more fun than the ones that you plan because you have no idea how it will end up. It's probably called improvisational quilting. Improvisational. Oh, Mr. Arthur, do you mind one day? I have to get with you and find out when you have some free time. You're so busy. I would love to see those. I don't have any. I only have the quilts for my trunk show and for exhibits, but Auntie Joanne has a lot of quilts. She has a lot of handmade Afghans. She has a lot of everything, but she has more space than I do to keep everything. I only have a few of my favorite things here because guess what? All this stuff ain't gonna fit in my casket in 25 years. So I had to par it down or purge, as my daughter would say. So the folks that come behind me won't have so much to do. So this is going to be a long leader, and then I'm going to sew this quickie little tablecloth. And I'm going to immediately put it on my table. I cleaned it off today. I didn't do that much, all. The table was already clean. All I did was take the old tablecloth off and move some and take my sewing machine off of it. So now I'm sewing that down, and we are ready to start on this tablecloth. Isn't it going to be pretty? Can you see it up close? So all I'm doing, and I've actually have a clip in the corners. I'm going to. I like to start when I'm sewing on things on a long side. I don't know why, but I just do it. So I'm not wasting 6 inches of thread right down here. I'm just going to sew this and start right on here. But this is going to be pretty thick right here. So she might gurgle a little bit. Maybe I won't start at the end. How about that? All right. So I'm just making a small seam. Oh, got something new. That means I'm going to have to take something out. Your mom made a few, Mr. Arthur? Oh, nice. This is thicker, so I'm changing the stitch length to 3 millimeters. Would you like me to give you another view? I could try this one. I did this before. Hold on. Just trying stuff. Why? Because I'm always doing something. All right, sissy? Never a dull moment. Just always doing something. Yes, that's the reflector around my arrow garden. So now you can see me and see my sewing. YouTube mystery is intriguing. I'm never bored. I'm self-entertaining. Probably entertain everybody else around me too. So what I'm doing, I'm just turning it under so that it won't ravel. There are some strings. This was really an uneven piece of fabric, and I got the bright idea to trim the piece off. The piece that came out of here, I was looking for you guys over there. I actually put it in the bottom of the handbag I made for my helper. And it's not a handbag, it's a tote. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes not pulling it, I'm just holding it. And you see this leader? It can actually be cut because I don't need it there anymore. I'll put it over in the pile with the other stuff so that you can see all this lovely gold fabric. Now you really get a view because there's a little chandelier over there. So this is what the top looks like, and this is what the bottom looks like. I Now that I looked at it, I like both sides, but I'm going to put the gold side up. Okay. So I'm already at one end of this. And just think, I almost got rid of it. Never bored, never a dull moment with me. Don't make me laugh, sis. You're going to make me cough. You know my bronchitis is acting up. I'm the one that's always acting up. Always, always, always. I can't help it. I was born this way. I was born this way. So, I don't know what kind of, I've never seen fabric like this. I don't know what it is, what it does, but it's going to be cute on that table over there. So now I'm going to whoa. I'm going to back up a little bit. And we're already at the corner. So I'm going to go forward. I'm going to go back just a little bit. Okay. And back stitch. Mona did what? I have a little Shih Tzu. He's a brown color. He's in the bedroom right now because he was just having a barking attack at the neighbor next door, was coming in and banging doors. So I didn't want him to aggravate you guys, so I put him in the bedroom. He has a fit when he sees my sister, Auntie Joanne. Miss Shirley said, smash that like button, y'all. You're getting ready to see this cute little tablecloth being made. And the fabric was gifted to me by one of my neighbors in her 90s that knows that I sew. That's what I was going to say, you guys. You never know when your blessings are coming from. Like I was saying, like when I spend money and time to buy fabric, make it, give it to, send it out. And sometimes people help me with the shipping. But your blessings, when you get them, when you put them in the universe, they don't come from the same person that you gave them to. Blessings come from everywhere. Our pastor in LA, where the church my sister Joanna and I used to go to there, he used to say, seeds don't multiply in a jar. You have to plant them. Some fall on fertile soil, some fall on dry sand, some in the desert. And without rain, they don't grow. But seeds will not. It is like a silk rayon blend, sissy. And I figure whatever it is will be washable. I have placemats over there. I very seldom eat there anyway. But if it does get some grease on it, I can put some Dawn on it and wash it in cold water. Wash it in cold water. It's too big to wash by hand. What did I take out the other day? Oh, the little tablecloth that I took off of the table. I'm going to show my helper how I do them. I don't throw everything in the washing machine. I don't put everything in the dryer. She says, oh, Mrs. Helen, I will help you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm picky about things. I don't take everything and put it in the washer. I don't take everything and put it in the dryer. The two people that can do my laundry for me, the way I like it, are my sister Joanne, my daughter Sonia, and my granddaughter Sharita. My mother taught us, and we always had a way that when we hung the clothes out on the clothesline, they had to be hung a certain way. Certain certain lingerie, your bras and unmentionables were hand washed. Yep, you're not paying $50, $60 for a bra and then throw it in a wash machine and dryer. Oh, heck to the no. You're not doing that. At least I'm not. I am not. And everything is so expensive now. Auntie Joanne washes her t-shirts and hangs them on hangers. Yes, yes, yes. And my sister's t-shirts look like new. They don't look all beat up. Even the one I have on, this one is a good one. It's old, but I sometimes stick it in the dryer. I used to wash it in cold water because it's black. Now I wash it on warm water, medium, because I use my apartment doesn't have a washer and dryer. I use the washing machine downstairs and dryer. I clean it out before I use it, right? But I'm like, on cold water might not kill all the germs, so I'm using warm water. The white clothes, of course, I use hot, hot, hot. So already we are at the corner of this. Yes, I'm using this. Ooh, back up. Ran off the edge there. It's like tossing things in the dishwasher instead of hand washing. They get wrecked. You know, my mom used to have a catering service when Joanne and I were little, and she used to cater parties for the very, very wealthy. And I'll tell you, the dishes, all the bone china, you can put that in the dishwasher. The silver had to be hand washed. Oh, sissy, is your silver polished yet? I inherited some silver from my late husband's mother. He bought it when he was in the Navy, and this silver was still in the original wooden box. I never used it. I had my own, and I gave it to my sister Joanne for her everyday china, and I just used my stainless steel. I had some that was gold plated. I'm like, for what? I gave that to my daughter and one of my nieces. I gave one a set of four, and then the other one got a set of four. They came here when I moved, downsized, and moved in this apartment. I kept my good china that I hardly ever used over the, how old am I? 76? Married 20. So I've been married for over 50 years. No, not 50. 76 minus, but a long time, a long time. Yeah, yeah. Over 50 years, almost 55 years I've been having. Auntie Joy said the silver's still there waiting for me. Okay, well, I was too busy making neck bone pillows and bags for the elves to give away, the elves at Christmas with Gina and everybody, Erica, my fly family, Carbon Q. They had me busy. I didn't. So, and then we had family time. I had to make the cornbread. Did you want me to polish the silver or make the cornbread every day? Oh, I made cornbread today to go with my soup. I did. So just like the 15-minute a day quilting challenge, I've always done a 15-minute a day art challenge where you could do anything that is in the art world, whether it's crochet, knit, whatever you do, just do something. And a lot of times the troubles, the things that are worrying you, the seasonal depression, this really helps because you're transferring the things that are on your mind into your Excuse me, talking too fast, swallowing air. Joanne Stevens says, there's always the next time. I'll be back. I'll be there for a month in May, sissy. Don't worry your pretty little head. Don't worry your pretty little head. I thought about this fabric because of that purple fabric that Jabril brought back from Senegal that you use on your dining room table. So I decided to make this one the fabric that I took off my little table. I'm going to hand wash it. It was a piece of African fabric. Then I put my little label in the corner because I actually am the one who made it. So let me put this. It's doing something. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Uh-oh. Did I fold this 2 times? Oh, wow. I think I did. Right in my mouth. That's okay. So I was folding it under once. I folded it under twice. But you see how easy this machine sews it? Excuse me. So I'll just open it and turn it under this side 2 more times. No wonder it was doing that. You know, I was using that screwdriver for a stylus, and that's why it was thick and bunched up. Plus, it wasn't all the way folded down on the sides. But that's okay. It is fine. This is only for my self purposes, and nobody will even know. So that's why she wasn't feeling that. Okay, so let me refold this corner since I didn't stick to the plan. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. So this is going to be really thick over here, but that's okay. That's why I'm on this heavy duty machine, y'all. And now I'm using this piece for a stylus. Sorry, you guys, I'll look up in 1 minute. And I'm going to leave the needle down. Whoa. That's really thick. But she's in it. So now I'm going to refold it. Okay. I think I'm on the last seam already. Then I can put it on the table. It will look nice. But it's gold, and I have gold table mats on there, so I might have to change the table mat. Maybe I'll put some silver ones on there. Nobody cares. It's just me and Mr. Hershey. Yes. This is the last seam, so we're done already, you guys. We are done. It is a done deal. Okay. I'm going to back stitch a little bit because I didn't stop at the end here. Okay. Okay. And no job is finished until you put your label on it. Whoa. I like to put a little dab of glue to hold it still. And I'm going to put it in this corner here. Nope, I'm going to turn it around this way. And I will show it to you guys in 1 minute. Less than a minute. A couple nanoseconds, maybe. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay. How long have I been sewing? I've been sewing for over 70 years. Over 70 years. I'm not going to say how long Auntie Joanne was because I can't tell any other lady's age, only my own. But she's been sewing. She just decided she wanted to quilt, but she has been sewing all of her life. And for a high school graduation present, my parents bought us both nice Singer heavy-duty sewing machines. We still have them. They're upstairs on the 3rd floor in my mom's house somewhere. Okay, so I backstitch. I'm so excited to show you this. And this is my Christmas present to myself. Okay. There should be one more little gold thread back here to catch. That's the only thing when you sew in thread that's exactly the same color as what you're doing. So, or how about I didn't cut it? I missed. So, what do you think about these apples? So, I think it's cute. I think that it's cute, but I think it's too much for this is the placemat I had on there. I don't know. I think that's too much gold. I think that's too much gold with this. As I say, it looked nice though. It looked nice. Hey, Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Like Nikki loves to fancify her house. And me, I have all the stuff after all these years. After over 55 years of marriage, I have the stuff, but it's like I have it. I don't take it for granted. My helper will come in and she'll change this around. She'll change the pillows. And I come in, I look around. At first I don't even notice it. And like those of you who are married, females in relationships, oh, I've been working all hard all day for you and you didn't even notice. And that's what I do. So I think this is too much. I might put a silver one on it. I have some silver ones because in this gold fabric, it looks like little silver things in it. Can you see? It's just different. It's just different. Thank you, Sissy. You like it? So I don't know if anybody's going live later on. Thank you, Nikki Nick. Thank you, Nick. So was this entertaining or not? Thanks, you guys. So let me see if I can just hold on 1 minute, and I want to say, Nikki, oh no, I know that I have your mailing address so that I can send the moderator thank you cards out. So Garden Quilt and Art Show. And of course, I have. Oh, there it is. I am live. I was a minute ago. What happened? Oh, this silly phone. Oh, there it is. Oh, now this. I'm stuck in my own ads. Okay, so the roses on the table are my forever roses that my daughter gave me in February when I had my knee replacement, my left knee. Tiha, Anthony, thanks for coming and welcome. Appreciate you. And that little wooden box that you'll see on the table when you see the thumbnail, that was my birthday gift last year in a different group. We had a Christmas exchange, and that was from Veggie Farm. And I gave her, she loves pink. I gave her a pink chef apron. So I put that on the table. So do any of you have any questions? I will be going live Thursday, and I forgot what I said I will do, but I will be there or be square. And now it's time to say goodbye to all our lovely friends. I will be working on new thumbnails too. Dolores got me started on how to change all these things around. And now I'm just going for it. Just groan, Dolores. Just groan, groan, groan. All right, you guys, in American Sign Language. Oh, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video out if you like it. And in American Sign Language, this is an I, this is an L, this is a U. This is how you say I love you in American Sign Language. Ego amo mother. Love you guys. Oh, have a Merry Christmas, those you celebrate Christmas. Have a nice week, those of you I won't see until Thursday. Love you. So this thing won't end. What's going on?